Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bells every time I drop a video. You will be the first to know about it. So let's get into it. This is a story I found on the New York Post. Well, I guess it's by way of the New Orleans Saints. And it reads, I am an NFL wife and I'll hook you up with a player of your own. Here's how to apply. Now, first thing I thought of is something I always talk about when it comes to relationships and positions is what circles are you traveling in? Are you hanging in? I know there's a lot of women out there say there's no good men out there. There are men out there that say there are no good women. Got to go overseas. Got to go to the South. Come down here to the South. I'm sure you'll find you a good one. Just got to go different places than where I'm used to, which makes sense because that does fall into the narrative of what circles are you hanging in, right? Because if let's just say, well, let's get an example of myself. If I'm from the Grove, PG, Texas, Dallas, and dealing with a bunch of, hood chicks. If I stayed in the hoods, deal with a bunch of hood chicks, it's quite possible, I would be still in the hood, dealing with hood things, which I mean, it is what it is. But if I said, man, I wanted me, and don't get me wrong, because there's some nice women, nice ladies that are still, they're everywhere. It's just that your options of finding that, I don't call it perfect, but your options of finding that one woman or that one man that you can settle down with and live with forever, they can increase if you you expand your horizon, go to different areas, see how other parts of the city, how other parts of the state, how other parts of the world live, and what are their values, and see if they coincide with yours, right? But if you're, like I say, a lot of these women, they deal with these no count dudes. Dudes ain't really trying to do nothing. Still trying to be hard, be gangsters, and they in their 20s, 30s, 40s, things of that nature. They're trying to prove their street cred, and you still dealing with these kind of dudes, and then you wonder why you end up with a few different baby daddies who ain't trying to do nothing, who ain't about nothing, they're still about that street. And you want to call them sorry and call them no count. Well, it's about who you picking. You still dealing with the same type of dudes. If you got, like I say, the odds are if you're dealing with dudes in the same area, same demographics, kind of raised the same, kind of by the same type of parent, you most likely going to get the same type of dude over and over again, and you're going to keep making the same dumb mistakes. But anyway, let's get into the story because I can remember on that forever, and we just ain't got time for that right now. So, like I say, it's a young lady. She's the wife of an NFL player. Matter of fact, let's just listen and we'll get into the story.
So I got an interesting DM today. Somebody said, please help make me an NFL wife, practice squad even. And it got me thinking, my husband's in the NFL. I really just think it's time for me to be an NFL matchmaker. As we know, there are lots of single men in the NFL. And that just can't be the case anymore. Like, we're grown. John, don't you think all these men need a woman in their life?
They need a nice lady.
Exactly. Big what, John?
Big personality.
Okay. So I decided that I'm going to help y'all find your perfect match, and we're going to do it position by position. My husband's obviously a tight end, so we're going to start with tight ends, of course. So comment down below your favorite tight end. I'm going to find one of y'all a beautiful first date. Get on the roster and get back to me. You'll help me set up a first date for them?
You just go on the roster?
You'll help me set up a first date for them?
Yeah, I'll help you.
It's happening.
So you heard this young lady say that she's going to help someone find a date with an NFL player. And I went to the comments, and there are over 8,600 comments from this post that was put up a few days ago. And the majority of them are the ones I see. A lot of women are on board. Now, I haven't seen anyone say anything negative in these comments yet about what she's saying. Now, you can see that she is, I don't know if she's white, I don't know if she's Hispanic, but she's non-black. But her husband, looks like an FBA Adolf's brother. If that plays a part in it, I don't know if that's important. I don't know to you, but hey, it is just details that I thought should be out there. But the comments read like the first comment, like the top comment that got more likes than our post said, does my husband have to know about my participation in this? Now, I'm sure she's probably joking, but still, she said it. If a guy would have said, man, don't tell my wife this and the third, oh man, he'd be catching hell. And another comment say, running to Google to review the options. It said, what else I see? Some women got preferences. One say, I'll take one over 6 feet. Thanks. People say, sign me up. Let me send you a survey. Sign me up. Getting on that list, 6'7" at least. Is any NFL player into pencils, not paper? I don't know what that means. Sign me up. And it goes on. Once I'm in Texas, but back and forth to Arizona. Where do I submit my application? And a lot of these, or women, well, I just say these are women of all demographics, like mostly white, some black. I think there's some Hispanic in there. One says, is Canada out of the question? I saw one earlier where one said she used to be a professional basketball player, so she needs a big boy. I saw another one where one said she's a dentist, so she's a professional. And see, this is the thing. A lot of women, and it goes back to rest in peace Kevin Samuels, a lot of things that he was saying about high value men, putting yourself as a woman in position to find these guys. A lot of women act like, that was on Kevin Samuels' show, was like, I only know high value man, I'm the table, blah, blah, blah. I you know what I'm saying? I should be able to get any man I want, man should want me, whatever. But one white woman put this post up, and damn near 9,000 women said, sign me up. Off the bat. It's probably not more because maybe a lot more people don't know about it. Or some people just probably ashamed to say anything, but I would love to see how many people signed up for this one date. But like I said, one said she's a dentist. The other one was a professional basketball player. Here's my thing. If you got women out here who are professional, making a lot of money. I know a lot of you women say, oh, I got degrees and this and the third, got my own business, selling candles and incense, whatever. But when you got people that's dentists, and you got a woman that's a professional basketball player, those people are going to see people that's a little different than what the average person going to see. A dentist is going to get clients from all over the city. Men, women, all demographics, all, races, all, making different types of money. She's going to see that. And yet she's looking for a man. You got a lady who said she was a professional basketball player, which means she's probably maybe the WNBA, or maybe she played overseas. But I'm sure she's traveled around and seen a lot of different types of men. But she's still looking for a man. So for those of you women who want to act like that, you're going to get a high value man, although Kevin Samuels, again, rest in peace, told you that not even 10% of all men in this country are high value, make the money that y'all think he should make. And think about it, it done got worse now because of inflation. You think 2, 3, 4 years ago, making $100,000 was fine, or making $200,000 was cool. Shoot, now I saw a post on I think it was Instagram, and it said between the Clinton era and Joe Biden era, back then $100,000 is $250,000 now. So the money is different. As time goes on, the money is different. As time goes on, if I make, let's say, $100,000 this year, in 5 years, that $100,000 ain't gonna be worth about much. unless I expand. So who got the money? Who got the money? Your CEOs, right? And your athletes. Or your people, your people with your own businesses who, sales, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times the athletes and entertainers, some entertainers, not all. Like, don't sit there and believe that them rappers got all that money, because you can go look it up, and a lot of them don't. Some of them do, but most of them don't. They just showing it. But who got the money? Let's say athletes. The question is, are you in the circles that the athletes are in? Now, I know we say that, Kevin Samuels say that athletes are not high value men, but they are high earners. You got to think about it. Their expectancy of making that kind of money is very short, which is another reason why it would be a good thing to find a wife at a young age, early on in your career. But that doesn't mean you get your money, you run out there and just find you a woman. It's somebody that you could date for a while and then y'all get married. Matter of fact, let's go to the New York Post. Let's read this article right quick so I can better explain, so you can understand it better. It says one NFL couple is playing matchmaker for anyone looking to become an NFL wife. And they're picking up the tab on the first date. Influencer and TikTok star Shannon Johnson said she and her husband, Saints tight end Jawan Johnson, are going to set up a beautiful first date with the NFL player for one lucky fan after she received an interesting DM on social media. Somebody said, please help make me an NFL wife. Practice squad even, Shannon said in a video posted to the couple's joint TikTok page. And it's got me thinking, my husband is in the NFL. I just think it's time for me to be an NFL matchmaker. Think about this. Remember back in high school, your homegirl had a friend, you and your homegirl's kicking it or whatever. And let's say she had a boyfriend. Or let's say she had a brother or cousin or whatever. And, and you thought that brother was attractive. So you wanted to talk to him. Y'all thought he was attractive or whatever. Then all of a sudden, you kind of find out that him and your homegirl are cool. And so you're like, hey, you think you can hook us up? This, that, and the third. You're like, oh, okay. And the girl be matchmaking. That's what women do. Women love to matchmake people. So, and that's, and the relationship starts. How did you meet that dude? Like I said, you wanted to meet that dude, but the girl maybe you didn't feel comfortable talking to him. Hey, it could be fellas too. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel comfortable walking up to the person. You're pimping and scared. Understood. But then you come to find out that person knows somebody that you know. And so you go to that third party. How did that happen? It was the circle that you were in. So you can kind of vet that person a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Because somebody else can let you know a little bit about that person. You can ask about the person, and your homegirl can say, girl, that boy's a dog. He got, he got 2 or 3 girlfriends at a time, or he already got 2 baby mamas. Or that boy, he dumb as a doorknob, don't go to school. He do drugs, sell drugs, stuff like that. And the girl can be like, oh, never mind. And it can be vice versa, Dude want to holler at chick, man, that girl is easy. She done slept with so-and-so and so-and-so. I heard she was pregnant by old boy over there. Heard they got videos, stuff like that. So you can kind of vet. So that's no different than this right here. You say, and it got me thinking, I'm just saying it got me thinking, my husband is in the NFL. I just think it's time for me to be an NFL matchmaker. She said while Johnson sat nearby with her daughter, Jador Blessing Johnson, born in July of 2023. Jador, ain't that some perfume? Lord have mercy, that child, boy, they better make a lot of money so that child can work for them, because Jador, you ain't getting no job. As we know, there are lots of single men in the NFL, and that just can't be the case anymore. Like, we're grown. Again, this young lady is like in her early 20s. early to mid 20s, and talking like this, saying we're grown, shouldn't be single. She has it understood, or she's playing a role great, but she has it understood. You're grown. It's not time. Stop playing these games. Better get out here and get these good men that are out here that are single, who looking for a good woman. If you fit that profile, join up, sign up. If you don't fit that profile, better get your mind right and come sign up as soon as possible. Keep going. Quote, Jawan, don't you think all these men need a woman in their life? Johnson said they need a nice lady. Go back to Ludacris song. Want a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed? Yes. Your personality, your public personality has to be ladylike at all times. That's one of the main characteristics that a man wants. He said they need to be a nice lady, big personality. That's when Shannon explained how the matchmaking process will work. She said, so I decided that I'm going to help y'all find your perfect match, and we're going to do it position by position. My husband is obviously a tight end, so we're going to start with tight ends, of course. Shannon instructed those interested to leave a comment under the video with their favorite tight end. Now, a lot of them didn't even put their favorite a lot of them didn't even put a name, so they probably don't even watch football. So they can't even, so Lord have mercy, they can't even follow directions. Some of them left a name. Someone just said, sign me up. It's like, what the hell? It's like, told you exactly what to do, and you couldn't even do that. So, out of them 8,600, I think about 8,599, 8,590 just got their names taken off the list. He said, I'm going to find y'all a beautiful first date. She said, get on the roster and get back to me. Johnson agreed to help Shannon find a potential suitor for one lucky fan. It's happening, she said, smirking. Let the NFL matchmaking begin, Shannon wrote in the caption, adding, first date is on us. Johnson, now check this out. Johnson and Shannon, who met when they were both students at Penn State. Now, you remember, what's her name? God almighty, Ebony K. Remember Ebony K said, when she came out her last video, major post, that all the women got mad at her. Because she said, if your goal is to get married and have a family, do it young. Find you a suitor in college or soon after. Because truth be told, the older women get, the less valuable you are to a lot of these men. And we're talking about marriage material, not just value as a person. Now, I'm valuable because I'm a person, I'm a woman. Shut up. You're talking about what this man is looking for. That man can sit there and what we call it, sows royal oats from the time he's 13 up until he's 113, and then may say, I want to get married. That's how we think. You say you see these guys out here, these old actors in their 70s still having babies. It's crazy. Like, what the hell? Even Ronald Isley, old tale, had a baby had a son maybe 10, 12 years ago. Ronald Isley was probably in his 60s when that boy was born, and his wife was in his 30s. So please, you don't hear nothing about a 30-year-old dude marrying a 60-year-old woman and they having kids. It don't happen. That woman gonna get that, gonna make sure she get that ring, and then she gonna get that baby so she can guarantee that bag, so she can guarantee that stability. It may sound bad, but it's just life. Women want that stability, financial stability, that protection, that if anything happens to her, she's taken care of. But that's how she's supposed to think. That's how she was created. So that's what she should have. Matter of fact, that's just what she should demand, because that is her God-given right. Period. So this here says, Johnson, they both were at Penn State, celebrated their third wedding anniversary in February. So they met in college. They dated. And so they dated for nearly 3 years before tying the knot in February of 2020. So they've been married 3 years, dated for 3 years, and then 3 years later, had a child. That's a 9 year. Dated for 3 years. 3 years later, got married. Yeah, dated for 3 years, got married. And then 3 years later, had a baby. That's a 6-year courtship. I almost couldn't add there for a second. I doubt. But yeah, that's like 6 years. So yeah, that's in 6 years. They had to waited 6 years to have a baby. And she seems happy. He seems happy. I mean, you know, you go with that. You can't go with, well, what if she, you know, what if she's a gold digger? This and that third. Hell, y'all are gold diggers. But we all are gold diggers because we all want money. Some of us work for it. Some of us hustle for it. Some of us smile and bat our eyes for it. It's just what it is, you know? So come on, y'all. Let's just keep it real. They say the couple has a massive social media following on their individual and joint social media pages. Shannon is a staple at Saints home game. Now in March, Johnson signed a 2-year contract extension with New Orleans worth $12 million with $8.5 million guaranteed. So the man gonna have, like I say, he's a millionaire. Guaranteed. And then it says the Saints visit the Patriots on Sunday, which is tomorrow. So that's my point. So my point is this. Women, you can't buck the system. You have to. Here's the problem. This is the key to like success, to get ahead of the curve in anything. If, for example, if you read about Bitcoin 10, 15 years ago, and it was worth, I don't know, a few dollars per, coin. You had to do papers back in the day, I think. But anyway, and you went and bought, you got in early. Nobody else was in it, but you read the summaries, they call it the white pages, read the stats, the potential. And you said, you know what? I'll invest in that. And you bought some stock for, a couple of dollars here and there, and you bought like $100 worth of stock. Okay. Then they had a boom. So then you was like a multi-millionaire. Because it's worth like what, 60,000 a coin or something like that. So then it dropped, right? Now you panicking and think it's time to jump out windows. But now it's like at 20,000. Hell, if you bought even if you bought one coin, it's $20,000 more than you had back in the day. If you bought 10 coins, what's that? 200,000. If you bought 20 coins, that's 400,000. You see what I'm saying? So, but if you would have done it, but your friends didn't do it, your friends wouldn't have that money. Amazon, same thing. Google, same thing. If you would have bought those stocks, invested early, it's it's possible that something could have happened and stock would have failed, and went belly up. That's a possibility. But if you can get in on the ground floor early, the key to most success, long-term success, is to get into it early, in the infant stages. It's like they tell you to invest early in IRAs, mutual funds, things of that nature, like in your 20s. Save money every month. So 20 years from now, when you're 40 something, even 40 years from now, when you're 60 something, you can be a millionaire easily. And if you get the right stock, pay your taxes right, shoot, you can live off of that money that you invested in your later years. Because they say, the older you get, the less you need. So you can pretty much keep that money and it can keep building. It can keep growing. But it starts with investing early. Same thing with relationships. I know there's a lot of relationships that don't pan out, that start early. And a lot of it has to deal with immaturity and not knowing and not really understanding how relationships work, because people study stocks more than they study the person they're trying to be with. And they can be on the inside with that person and be with that person for years and still not really understand that person. But to increase your chances of longevity, my parents been married, about 40, damn near 50 years. I'll say that. Between 45, 50 years, my parents been married. When they got married, my mom was 19. My dad 23? Or was she 20? Well, they was 4 years apart. I think she was 19. He was 23 when they got married. Okay? Or 24, one or the other. And you can say, oh, that's too young, and man, you must be crazy. I got to get out here and do this, that, and the third. Well, they married, went to school, started in the Grove, in the apartments, low income, then just moved up in stages, and now they retired or near retirement. You could go back and work if they want to, whatever the case may do. They got free time to do what they want to. They financially set. How to do that? Long-term investment. Started early. Now they're like living off the fruits of their labor. And that's the goal. That's the goal. You don't want to grow up being miserable, upset at the world because you didn't get the breaks. We all get the breaks. A lot of times we just don't take them. Or, we just don't choose the right path. And we got to suffer the consequences. But anyway, start young, women. That's all I'm going to say. Go and sign up on this woman's TikTok page and find you an NFL player. Nothing wrong with that. Shit, doesn't want to be 19, 20. Because some of them say, hey, I need a coach, which is funny because they said that's closer to my age. The woman said that's close to their ages. Get a coach and stuff like that. So it's women that are, again, it's women that are older and still don't have that man that they desire. So to try to reduce the chances of that happening to you, you better start when you're at your peak and at your prime or your vitality, young lady. Anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Again, like the video, man. Follow. And then share it with the world. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.